Hello friends, welcome back. It's time for another episode of BigDenoPlays Kingdom Death. I'm very excited this year to be facing off against not a level 2 Frogdog as I talked about at the end of the last episode, but instead a level 1 Screaming Antelope. And you may say, Deno, that's piss weak of you. And I would say to you that that is absolutely a correct statement. However, I had an epiphany last night, which is my general rule for when I will approach a level 2 monster of any kind, is when I have either dash or surge. Not having either of those two options makes it very challenging. And unfortunately, we have neither of those options. We've had a very poor start. So we are instead going to face off against a wonderful Screaming Antelope, and hopefully we'll be successful in our hunt, because if we are unsuccessful in this, the campaign is over. Absolutely over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Excellent, excellent times. Excellent times. 1, 2, 3. I think if I had dash or surge, I probably would have played a level 2 Frogdog right now. Aside from the increase in damage, there's no accuracy buff, so you're still going to struggle to hit high evasion targets. But the real issue with the Frogdog is that she will be doing damage to anyone with stink tokens at the start of the survivor turn. So you definitely need to rush down and do the damage quickly, which we can't do without surge. So a Screaming Antelope it is. So let's snip over here to our wonderful hunt area, where we shall hunt a Screaming Antelope. So, Screaming Antelope, fun little hunt. You can just see a couple of Screaming Antelope things. Have absolutely got to get some resources in this showdown. Let's depart. We'll quickly go through our survivors again. So Hammer has a Proctophilia, and so Hammer is departing with the Crest Axe, which is stinky. Mossy, also a Proctophilia, departing with the Monster Grease. And Ivy, a Proctophilia, our Scout, departing with the Dreaded Pack. So pretty comfortable there. We've got the Vertebrae Net over here, which we'll probably use a little bit. Quite a few persistent locations, so +2 luck. And yeah, look, it's a Screaming Antelope at level 1. I think we'll be fine. I felt the same way about the Butcher though, and he kicked the shit out of me. Alright, so we'll depart. And our first hunt event is Skittish. Panicked by the oncoming survivors, the Screaming Antelope moves 1 space away on the hunt board. So we have 2 basic hunt events to roll, and that one says roll a basic hunt event. Yellow first. 55. Doubles are usually good. Except for this one. Mudslide. Each survivor rolls 1d10. If any survivor has a whip, yes! Mossy has a whip. Oh, damn. We're going to have to archive Fragile Gear. Our Scout Lantern's going to get archived. What an absolute shit fight. This has been an awful start. So we'll start with Hammer. Hammer rolls a 1. You're violently swept along, drowning in mud. Do you have any Fragile Gear? No. So you will suffer 2 damage to a random hit location, which is your waist. Boom, boom. Mossy has a whip, she's fine. Tornado rolls a 2, also suffers 2 damage to a random hit location. It's the waste. Do you have any Fragile Gear Tornado? No, you do not. Cornelius Fudge. You don't have a whip. Cornelius rolls a 1. This is going outstandingly. To the waste again. Do you have any? No. And the only one that actually matters, Condeno come out trumps. A 6. Not enough. No, it is enough. 6 to 9. You reach high ground. You're caked in mud, but otherwise unscathed. Nice. Pretty sure that's 6 to 9. Good. The only one that actually mattered rolled okay. We move on to the next hunt event, and this one will be done by Mossy, and this is a basic hunt event. We roll a random hunt event once again, and we get 36. Come on, 36. On the trail, the survivors rush forward. Skip the next hunt space. If this starts the showdown, the survivors ambush their quarry. It does not. That's a shame. I would have liked that. It is... Oh no, that's good actually. That one's a bad one. Good. So the monster is not in this space. It's in one space ahead. So we have to flip a random event. And we will roll round first. 46. River. Survivors come to the edge of a river of blood. Non-insane survivors suffer 1 brain event damage at the side of it. The survivors must investigate in order to pick up their quarry's trail. Each survivor rolls 1d10. No survivor successfully finds the monster's trail. Roll again on the hunt table. Great. So does anyone have that thing that lets them investigate? Add that to their investigate rolls? No. You got Tinker. All right, great. Hammer. Hammer rolled a 9, which was successfully find the monster's trail. He rolls a 10 in that one. So we found the monster's trail. So we're good. Well done, Hammer. We want to see some 6 to 9s now. Mossy. Come on, Dino. Roll it in the fucking thing. That's a 1. Suffer the broken rib, severe body injury. We've got a dry decanthus, so I think we'll use that. That's a real shame, but we're hopefully going to harvest some more. Rolled well this hunt phase, haven't we? Tornado. That's a 5. Suffer 1 damage to a random hit location. The body. Cornelius. Come on, mate. Cornelius rolls a 4. Suffer 1 damage to a random hit location. Also the body. Ivy. Roll 6 to 8, please. A 2. Suffer the broken rib, severe injury. It's all going well. It's all going well. We make it to the showdown. Having a good time. Having a good time. Having a good time. I'm a rocket ship on my way to Mars on a collision course. All right, I'll go set up the showdown. Stand by. All right, so we need to add 2 more random terrain cards, and we get an ore vein. Oh, that's awesome. Reaper Jaw. Come on, Deno. Need a 4 to 12 on that. And, oh, come on, Buffhead. Debris. Perfect. Perfection. So an Orvane and some Debris. Orvane is set up at least 6 spaces from all other terrain, so we'll put that down here. You can barely see that. We'll put the Scout there. And Debris is set up adjacent to any board edge, perfect. We'll put that there. And we'll put our survivors on and we'll get ready to go. All right, so we've shuffled that, but we'll do it again anyway. Good. Just trample. Just trample. I don't think I've fought a level 1 Screaming Antelope for a long time, actually. Normally, dashing. All right, we'll kick off. The monster's first AI card that it draws is a Ram. The furthest survivor moves and attacks the target. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's movement 6, okay. Normally diabolicals, but we don't have diabolical. That's it. So let's do some harvesting, shall we? We'll apply our arrival bonuses. Hammer. One, two, three, four, five. The Scout is going to harvest the Orvane. Come on, Scout. An 8, yes. Gain an Iron Strange resource. Reaper Jaw, here we come. That's good. That's good. Strange resource. 1 iron. Iron. Okay, so the Ivy's then going to start the slow crawl up to the bug patch. 1, 2, 3. So Ivy's done, Hammer's done. Tornado's going to Unfroggable. How cool is that? No stinky gear. Tornado's going to harvest the debris. 4 to 6 is our ideal roll. That's a lantern 10. Find a scrap sword. It's actually all right. Scrap sword's not an awful weapon. Weapon crafter. Three strength, perfect hit, but more importantly can gain deadly. Interesting. Interesting decisions. Who was that? White. So goes over here. Done. So Tornado will then move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We will go with Cornelius, Vertebrae Net. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Swinging with no accuracy, so hitting on 8+. It's 2 misses. Mossy will go 1, 2, 3, 4 into the front. Mossy's accuracy 1. She has no speed buffs. She's going to hit with the grapple claw. 6+. A lantern 10 and an 8. I don't think she's got anything for perfect hits though, so. The Vertebrae Net would have been awesome. We're not hitting with a club or a shield, so we don't get a bonus. Crush Spine. So she is strength 2, the weapon is strength 3, so that's a total of 5. He's toughness 8, so it's a 3 to wound, and it's an 8 to crit. 10, 9 for the weapon, 8, 7. Why has she got 2 luck? Oh my god. Okay, so she's critting on a 7. That's a 3, so it's a wound, but not a crit. Ooh. And this one, that's a 9, so that's a critical. Vomit blood. Gain a random screaming antelope resource. What is that? Stomp and snort. Alright. We get Spiral Horn. It's the end of our first turn. The monster draws an AI card, and it draws Chow Down. Full move the Screaming Antelope to the closest Acanthus plant. Archive the terrain and heal 1d5. Hello? Heals for 3, which takes both of those wounds I just did, and put them on the bottom. Place Chow Down on top of the monster AI deck instead of discarding it. Okay. What's one extra resource, so we're already feeling good. And there's a Vomit Blood, one of the ones that collides. Okay, so we'll just do the easy ones. Ivy, 1, 2, 3. This guy, 1, 2, 3, and he will attempt to harvest that Acanthus plant. He rolls an 8, gain a fresh Acanthus, strange resource. Glorious. So that one's gone. We'll do the same over here. Attempt to harvest that. That's a 10, so that's another fresh Acanthus resource. Mossy will move across in the rear. She will swing with her grapple claw. It's 2 hits. Gnarled horns in the palate. Yep, so either of these is fine. Critting on a 7, wounding on a 3. So we'll actually do the gnarled horns first. I feel like I'm going to roll a 7, he says confidently. It's a 4, damn it. So the Chow Down's gone. And the other one did it the wrong way around. -1 speed token. No Screaming Antelope resource. Another wound. The vertebrae net will go in there, into the rear, and it will swing 8 hitting on 7s, 2 misses. It's the end of our turn. The monster will draw. Run down. Full move the direction the monster is facing and turn to face the closest survivor. 1, 2, 6 here. So it's either of these two. We'll go this way. Knock down survivor in range 12. No, closest survivor. Knock down survivor in range 12. Closest survivor in range 12. Yes, so closest survivor in range. 1, 2, 3, 4. If the target is knocked down, this attack gains +1 speed. It is already speed 1, 2+. He doesn't have a crushed spine. 2+ to hit. We have evasion 2, so therefore a 3 is a miss. It's the end of that. I guess we'll try with our Twilight Sword. Hitting on a 9. That's a 1. It misses. Good work, Hammer. We'll go with Tornado. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Into the rear. We'll swing with fist and tooth. We have a monster tooth necklace. 7 and an 8, 2 wonderful hits. There's a reflex, boo, and a giant tongue. So we'll do it in that order. -2 toughness to wound this location. So fist and tooth is wounding on an 8 normally, +2 strength is a 6, down to a 4. So 4 to wound, and oh, he's got an extra speed. It's another hit. Yeah. So we'll do this order. So we're critting on 9s and wounding this location on a 4. So that's a 9, it's a critical, gain a Screaming Antelope resource. Large flat tooth. When you gain this, the survivor of your choice gains 1 insanity. Cornelius. Does a wound. Fist and tooth on the restless shoulder. That's a 3, so that's a fail to wound. And a restless rump. That's a 9, so that's a critical. Gain a Screaming Antelope resource. The bladder. Blood paint. Mossy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Also into the rear. Swing with the grapple claw. 5 is a hit because of her accuracy buff. And an 8 is a hit, so that's 2 hits. There's a failure reaction. So we'll do the delicate inverted knee first. It's critting on 7s, and what would we say her strength was? Strength 2, so 5. So it's wounding on 3s, critting on 7s. So the delicate inverted knee. That's a 7, that's a crit. Does a wound. And the restless hoof. That's a 2, so that's a failure. Boo. Spend a surge to retrieve your lost weapon before it can be used again. Boo. Alright, so got the Scout Ivy, 1, 2, 3. This guy, 1, 2, he's going to harvest a fresh acanthus. Indeed he is going to harvest a fresh acanthus. This has been, as always, the right call to fight this guy. It's been a lucrative resource gathering hunt so far. That's the end of our turn. The monster's AI card. Crush and Devour, the closest threat in field of view and in range. It is Hammer. Will attempt to hit Hammer. It is -1 speed. And so this attack will hit on a 4+. It hits, Hammer will dodge. There is no after damage effects. That's it. So Mossy will go 1, 2, 3, 4. She will pick up her grapple claw. Tornado will go. We'll spend a 3-speed attack in the rear. 8 is a hit, only 1 single hit. There is a reflex action. So 9 to crit. That's a 9. Gain a Screaming Antelope resource. Epic sax guy. So it doesn't turn to face. Hammer will swing with his single Twilight Sword. Rolls a 1. Love the Twilight Sword proficiency arc. It's excellent. I will go harvest this vermin resource, or attempt to, I should say, bug patch. 4+, oh, for her to get a vermin. She rolls a 2. You catch nothing. You don't archive the terrain. Cool, we get another try. Mossy's done. So we'll do Cornelius. He'll go into the rear. 1, 2, 3, 4. He'll swing with Fist and Tooth. 2 misses. That's the end of our turn. Monster's turn. It draws. Bite. Closest survivor in field of view. 1 speed. 2+ to hit. It's going to target our friend Hammer. It hits. Hammer will dodge, and I just remembered he's got survival regain, so he doesn't gain his first one back. He does gain his second one back. Great. Let's start with Hammer. He'll attempt to swing with the Twilight Sword. It's a 10, it's a hit! Don't be the trap. Oh, reflex, what a dickhead. It's a 2+ to wound. It wounds. So we got our Twilight Sword proficiency, which is great. So everyone's going to suffer a basic action, but we're probably okay at this point. So we'll do this reflex in a second. Let me just review. So definitely got a proficiency point. Definitely got a proficiency point. Tornado, proficiency point axe. We haven't swung with the axe yet. Cornelius did get a Fist and Tooth proficiency point. No, has not yet. Ivy has not got a dagger. Okay. So basic action. 1 at a time, target each survivor in the zone of death. The basic action is only speed 1. You'll love to see it. Speed 1, targeting our friend Hammer. 9 is a hit. Hammer suffers 1 damage to the body. Whew. How do I? Mossy's not in there. Tornado is in the zone of death. So he will turn around to face and he'll swing with his 1 speed. Hits. It is not her attack, so she can spend a survival to dodge. We'll just see where the attack goes. Goes in the body, so she will spend a survival to dodge. And Cornelius, it's a hit. Goes in the hand. We'll take that. 1 damage to the hand. Okay. So Hammer's done. So we want to get a Fist and Tooth proficiency point for Cornelius. So he'll swing with the Fist and Tooth. A 9 and a 10. All right, well, he's strength 2, which means he's wounding on a 6 and critting on a 9. So we'll actually do it in this order. The Restless Muzzle first. We roll an 8, which is a wound, but not a crit. And the Restless Shank. That's a 7, which is a wound, but not a crit. Unfortunately, we now suffer this reflex. Suffer 3 damage to a random hit location and suffer knockback 5. 3 damage to the body on Hammer. It's bad. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Knockback 5. All right. Good. Just need to do 1 wound now, and that is game over. Cornelius will move here. We'll harvest the bug patch. It's a 3. Gain a random basic resource. I'm actually Reasonably happy with that. A skull. When you gain this, the survivor of your choice gains 1 insanity. Mossy. Okay, so the likelihood that we're going to get a crit, not high. But I think we will go with the Butcher Cleaver to try and get an axe proficiency point on Tornado. Have not yet got one. She'll move to the rear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 2 speed. She has an extra speed. Hits on a 5+ normally. 6+ because of a -1 accuracy. Back to a 5+ because of the blind spot. 2, 5 and a 10, including a perfect hit. 2 hits. That'd be the trap. Super dense, so that's good. And, oh, yes. Critical on either of these would be fantastic. We're going to Screaming Antelope resource. So if we roll a 10, we get a crit. It's a 2. Is that a wound? Yes. 2's a wound. So that's it. Game over. Is the other one a 10? It's not. 2 wounds. We get the proficiency point. Yep, as always, the Screaming Antelope proves to be nothing but a pinata of resources. The first time the Screaming Antelope is defeated, gain the Stone Circle innovation thing. Stone Circle settlement location. Done. We gain 1 hunt XP and 1 weapon proficiency level. Complete the showdown. Excellent. 4 basic and 4 Screaming Antelope resources. No non-deaf survivor has 20 insanity. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I was going to say, there's like 5 pelts in here and we got 1. Outstanding. And then our basic resources, 4. 1, monster hide. 2, monster hide. 3, monster bone. 4, monster hide. No deaths. Always good. Lots of resources. Always good. An iron, so we can collect ourselves the Reaper Jaw scout weapon, which is fantastic. But I don't know that Ivy's going to be going back out with her broken rib. Maybe she will. Let's go over to our settlement timeline. We have some story events to do, including Hooded Knight. And then we have a settlement event. We also have Gorm Climate, which I have not added. Still a long way away from getting rid of that. We need drums. We need some of the brave. We need to fight a Gorm. Ugh. All right. So settlement events. And then we'll do our story events. As always, a bit of random shuffle town. So this deck. And then we will split it. Boom. This deck. We will roll for the 8th card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's this card. This is Clinging Mist for the 3rd time to be angry. Hunt reenactment. Yes. All right. We need to need to pick 2 bad survivors for this one. So I think Ivy with her broken rib has probably just hit the list. And definitely don't want it to be Annabelle, so tornado, speed and blind. All right, so we're going to nominate Cornelius as the monster, and we're going to nominate Ivy as the hunter, and we're going to select a Frogdog as our monster, and see what we roll. 5, so we're going to use a lifetime reroll on Ivy to reroll that and try and get a 1, 2, or a 3. A 3. So unfortunately, Ivy dies. Dead. Yeah. As okay, she had lost my interest. Berserkers are rubbish fighting art, and she lost a broken rib. But the survivor nominee to be the hunter is dead. The survivor nominee to be the monster gains the monster claw style. So that's actually really powerful on monster claw, on our thing. Monster claw style, done. Fist and tooth, accuracy 1, strength 1, savage. All right, we need to look into how we best structure Cornelius. He's now gone right to the top of cool guys. Twilight Sword 1, Scythe 2, Fist and Tooth 1, Axe 1. Good stuff. Down to 8 survivors, which is, of course, less than ideal. Here's our Gorm Climate. 7, +2 to home endeavours. Very good. Story events. We have Hooded Knight. At least we've got 1 weapon proficiency for our Hooded Knight visit. There he is. Jewel. Hooded Knight duels with the survivor. And add your weapon proficiency level. Yeah. That's a Lantern 10. Get out of here. That's an 11. That's good stuff. Hammer. Gain 2 levels of weapon proficiency, 1 insanity and 1 survival. He gets to ignore cumbersome now. And he's about to get +2 speed. Oh, that's actually good. So the Twilight Sword, when you get it leveled up, is legit. The Knight has unfinished business. We add Hooded Knight to the timeline 4 years from now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lantern 10. Okay, and finally a story event that is one that I have absolutely no idea how it works, which is very exciting. Well, I remember how it works. It's Unwanted Gifts from Atlas. We find a headless box. This could be bad, actually. I don't really remember that. Someone dies in this one, maybe. Oh, -4 population. Jeepers, that's ideal. Not ideal. Ornate Bone Blade. All right. So we're probably going to have to use a lifetime reroll or a lifetime reroll on this to see if we can get a roll that is not 1, 2, or 3. Unwanted Gifts. One of the creepiest artworks out there. It's a 4. Inside is a wonderful painting of a luxurious piece of hide. Okay, 1 perfect hide. And add self-invited guest to the timeline 1d10 years from now. It's not worth risking a reroll to try and get a 10. Even though we could really use a population right now. Yeah, so 1 to 10 years from now, 4 years from now, so same as Hooded Knight, we add self-invited guest. Alrighty, so that is all of our timeline events that we needed to do. Go on climate, and what was it? Oh, hunt reenactment. And next year we have, once again, Gorm Climate, one of my favourites. It's actually such a good piece of design, I think, because the Gorm brings a lot of good stuff to the campaign, but it comes with that punishment, and it really makes you think about how you structure your first few years. You know, you almost want to prioritise hunting the Gorm or drums and stuff. It just changes the way you think about things, right? And I think forcing you to think differently about things is, yeah, great design. 1 iron and 3 fresh acanthus. Good. So we'll be making some more dried acanthus back, I can tell you that much. I'm going to do that right now. These basic resources: hide, bone, hide, skull. Oh, we got a perfect hide too. Skull and bone. And the Screaming Antelope resources: 1 pelt, 1 muscly gums, shank bone, screaming brain, beast steak, bladder, large flat tooth, and a spiral horn. All right, well, I'm going to pause recording for a moment and reflect on what we do with our resources. Stand by. All right, we are going to spend our resources to do a innovate. So that costs us 1 endeavour, and we will spend a bone, a hide, and our beast steak, which is an organ. This is a really important flip, actually. Surge or paint would probably be my preference, but if we get Clan of Death, God, it's going to be hard to say no to. 4 flips, we have Symposium. So the first one is Clan of Death. Now I hope I don't draw the other, so it's an easy choice. Partnership we're not going to take. Cooking we're not going to take. Storytelling we're not going to take. All right, we have Clan of Death. Clan of Death. There is no Clan of Death consequences to add to the deck. So now we probably do want to start gaining some intimacy rolls. It's an interesting choice. We want to also go for the leather crafter, but we don't have ammonia yet, so where's my skinnery? Yeah. So we don't actually need ammonia to build the leather crafter. So that may be one of the options we go for, but we are definitely going to manufacture from the outskirts the Grim Jaw, using our perfect bone and our iron. We will spend, what do we need for vermin belly boots? Perfect hide, and we'll buy vermin belly boots. And then we will also go hollow stone hunting for one of our other endeavours. So we have 2 hollow stones. Strange resources, hollow stones. Okay. Vermin Belly Boots and Reaper Jaws. Outstanding. Oh, I forgot we actually get to flip 2 hunt events. I'm happy with hunt reenactment though. Hunt reenactment's fine. Pretty good. Worked out well for us. We got Monster Claw style. Hiya! Outskirts. There we go. Vermin Belly Boots, amazing. Grimjaw, also amazing. Yeah, I mean, I think we really need some survivors, right? Armor would be fantastic. How many hide do we have? We have 3 hide. We can build the Katars, but we're not really short on weapons right now. What we're short on is armor. We're not going to hunt a Phoenix next year because we're definitely not ready for a Phoenix. We don't have to worry about murder anymore because we have the Scout Lantern, he says confidently. I don't think there's any other ones we have to worry about. So we'll make 2 Drydocanthus, 2 more Drydocanthus to protect us from injuries. Craft, so we have 3 Drydocanthus, which is nice. Do we craft another monster grease? Probably not. We don't have any scrap to craft a monster tooth necklace. I did like that bone dagger for our guy with Sad Frog Dog song. But he's now going to be swinging the Twilight Sword, so we're probably okay with that. So we've got 5 endeavours. I think we'll spend one of those to build the leather crafter. It costs us 3 hide and an organ. So the 3 hide that we have to use is the pelt for 1, and then the 2 hide from there. And then we'll have to use an organ. The muscly gums don't do anything if I remember rightly. We'll keep the bladder in case you want to do blood paint, although I think you need a pelt for that. No, you still need another organ, so that's fine. I need a pelt for the knuckles. And we will build a leather crafter. So we need ammonia to make anything, but that's all right. Just get it while we've got the resources, and then we can start focusing. So ammonia and paint are probably our 2 things. Maybe we hunt a Gorm and see if we can get Posturing Piss, get free ammonia from him. That could be nice. So we're going to roll 4 times on the augury table. We'll go for people who don't have 3 things so we can get some seed patterns. So Califax will roll for augury, and then Hunter will also roll for augury, assuming we get it. So augury is here. Roll 1d10, lose a resource from the settlement if you do gain an understanding. Gain a survival on an 8+, we get an intimacy roll. So we're trying to track the 8+. We do this 4 times. So the first one, that's a 5, gain a survival. Second one, was it a 5 or an 8? I'm not sure. It's a 1, so we're going to gain a survival on Califax, and then also an understanding on Califax. So the understanding will gain us Tinker, and we will roll on the insight table, but we also will get another pattern, which is exciting. So our insight roll for Califax, he rolls a 3, settlement phase. If you innovate this phase, draw +1 card. It's a little bit too late for that. we're definitely taking thingy anyway. Okay, so Califax will stop rolling there. We had to lose a resource to do that, to gain that understanding. Hollow stone. We can get more of them. We just need the cloak is the only thing we're chasing down. I'm not really in a rush for that. Yeah. I'll actually lose a hollow stone for the moment. Hunter will be the next person, so 2 more to go. So that's a 6, which is a survival, and finally a 3, which is gain an understanding. So we don't get any intimacy rolls, maybe for the best. But we do get another insight roll. It's a 1 as well. Innovate, drawing fucking 6 cards. All right, let's get our 2 patterns. Exciting. Seed pattern deck. So we'll draw from the bottom, cut 2 cards. We've got After Death Brew and the Weaponsmith's Hammer. Okay, I feel like the Weaponsmith's Hammer is okay. And the existing ones that we have, the Clasping Shield, the Ghostlink Pumpkin, and Durandal. Let's make sure we add Durandal. I'd have 3 Clasping Shields. All right. I was hoping for an intimacy there so we could get some Clan of Death survivors happening, but maybe it's for the best. Perhaps we shall hunt a Gorm. Perhaps we shall hunt a level 1 Gorm and see if we can get Posturing Piss out there. Could be the go. Could be the go. All right. Look, we do have a form of dash with our Frogdog suit, which is pretty ordinary, which is the knockback, but you need to spend it all at your legs, yeah. It's not ideal, but we can keep bouncing away. We've literally just got a few bits and pieces left here. I need to lose a resource too. We'll lose a Screaming Brain. Shank Bone. Don't think I need a bone. Yep, we're happy with where we're at. That's going to do for this episode. I think we'll go hunt a Gorm. Next year's timeline is Gorm, Climate, and Phoenix Feather. And then very soon we'll have the Dragon King available as a quarry. And the Dragon King is awesome. I'll catch you on the next Late in the Year. Big Deno out.